I'd like to call to order the Oklahoma City Board of Adjustment meeting for September 18th, 2014. First order of business will be to receive the minutes of the September 4th, 2014 meeting.
So moved.
Have a motion and a second. Register your vote. Minutes are approved. Staff continuances or withdrawals?
We have four today. Item number 5, case number 13940 is requesting a continuance to October 2nd. Item number 6, case number 13941 is requesting a continuance to October 2nd. Item number 7, case number 13915 is requesting a continuance to October 2nd. And item number 8, case number 13598 is requesting a continuance to October 16th.
We'll consider these continuance requests separately. So the first motion I would entertain is to continue case number 13940 to October 2nd.
I'll move forward, as said.
Have a motion and a second. Register your vote. It is approved. Case number 13941 requests a continuance to October the 2nd. Request a motion.
So moved.
Got a motion and a second. Register your vote. That case is continued to October the 2nd. Case number 13915 has requested a continuance to 10-2. I would request a motion.
Motion.
Register your vote. It's continued to October the 2nd. Case number 135.
Yeah.
Nick? Okay. Case number 13598 requests a continuance to October the 2nd.
So moved.
Register your vote.
He's going to October 16th.
Pardon me, October the 16th. That motion
I'll move to the next
to October the 16th?
Yeah.
Register your vote. Okay, it is approved. Would notify the public that a full board is 5 members, and today only 3 are present, which means that it would take a unanimous vote for your request to be approved. Anybody that would like to request a continuance and be heard or have the opportunity to be heard by a full board, we would entertain your request at this time.
Case number 13922. Could we do further review and ask for continuance at this time?
Yes. Okay. October the 2nd or October the 16th?
October the 2nd, if we could.
Okay.
I'll make the motion.
Have a motion and a second. Register your vote. You are continued to the 2nd. Anyone else present that would like to request a continuance today? Hearing no other requests, we did like to hear our first case.
Item number 2, case number 13937, request of Kyle and Barbara Chilton for a variance to permit a driveway on Southeast 89th Street located at 17,001 Southeast 89th Street.
If you would approach the podium and give us your name and address for the record, please.
Okay, my name is Kyle Chilton. My wife Barbara Chilton. Our current address is 8917 Sowell Road.
Just give us a brief overview and tell us what you're requesting today.
Well, 8917 Sowell Road is a private road back on the northeast corner of our property. It's a private road, hasn't been maintained ever since we've had the property for 8 years. We are trying to build a home, so we requesting from the City Council that we could change our address to 17001 Southeast 89th, which is an accessible road. The Sowell Road is just incompatible. It just be kind of a hardship on us to try to fix that road. The picture you're looking at here now is off of Southeast 89th. That's how we access this since for 8 years. So off of Sowell Road, on the northeast corner, it dead ends and it drops off into a canyon, and it's really not a safe, accessible road for anybody or any emergency vehicles entering that northeast corner of the land.
I think the reason that they don't want you to have a driveway on a main thoroughfare like Southeast 89th is so that you can safely turn into your driveway and leave your property. The Southeast 89th dead ends just east of your property. Am I correct?
Well, it goes about a mile and it's all gravel road. So there's on the agricultural land off of there, so.
So it's a low-density traffic area?
No, there's only probably, well, it's more busier, but there's about 3 or 4 houses, and everybody accesses to their property off of 89.
So all your neighbors access off of 80?
That is correct.
But it is a dead-end road, and there's only 3 or 4 neighbors down there.
It does not go over to Peebly. So,
Did you say Soul Road is a private road?
yes. And we've owned this property 8 years, and it's never been maintained. We've never accessed our property from Sowell Road due to the condition of the road back there. We've always entered off of 89.
There are no unfavorable considerations by staff. Your neighbors are all in agreement. I mean, they all do the same thing, so I'm assuming there's nobody here in protest.
Yes, sir.
I'd make a motion to approve the request.
A motion and a second. Register your vote. Ms. Powers? You are approved.
Okay. I do have one question, sir, if you don't mind. We are trying to build a house at this current time. What does the builder need to apply for another permit at this time, or is it?
I'll tell you what, I'm going to refer you back to the staff with the
Okay.
city. They can answer those questions, and you
Okay.
can see Kathy or wait till after the meeting and see her,
Okay.
and they can give you
Thank you
direction.
very much. Appreciate your time. Thank you.
Item number 3, case number 13938, request of Tammy Ackerman for a variance to permit a building with exposed exterior metal located at 5905 South May Avenue.
Could you give us your name and address for the record, please?
Tammy Ackerman, the property address is 5905 South May.
Want to speak to your application?
We purchased a property that sits right on May and bought the lot that adjoins it to the back. It has no street access other than through our property. We erected a metal building for a church, and after erecting it, I found out, I'm not even sure how I found out, that was supposed to have like a brick siding or some sort of other siding than metal. And we had purchased an upgraded metal for that. So we were wanting to get approved to not put metal on that.
Did you hire a builder to erect this structure?
Well, Taylor and Sons erected that for us out of Chickasha, the people that we purchased the metal building off of.
Okay.
And there was a metal building on this property just to the north side there when we purchased it. It was like a 20 by 30, and it didn't have siding, so I just didn't really think anything about it.
Did your contractor notify you that that was a requirement?
No.
Did-
And our contractor was Taylor and Sons, so I don't know that they knew.
Was a building permit issued?
Uh-huh.
So I've got a question for staff. How is a building permit issued, and either the contractor not aware or the property owner not aware of this requirement?
Well, the building permit was issued with the condition that they would put some sort of siding or some sort of, they wouldn't have issued just as a metal building.
So the city issued it correctly,
Issued it correctly in that they were going to cover it with some.
and now
sort
it's
of-
been erected and it's non-conforming.
Yeah, and now the building is erected, and now they do not want to put the,
Okay, and I wasn't aware, I was the one that came up and got the building permit. I was not aware, or I don't recall any conversation stating that it had to have something other than the metal siding.
Okay.
When we presented it as a metal building, and I probably should have brought those plans in where they stamped and approved everything, but I don't recall anything stating
So-
at that point.
You know, I'd like to see that information. Maybe we should...
I've
should
got
ask
it
for
in
a
my
contin-
car.
Oh,
So, I mean, I could go get it.
Let me also, we have a letter from Mr. Jackson. Is he present today? Do you know Larry Jackson?
I don't know him. I know the car wash that letter came from, yes.
One of his issues is, asking for forgiveness after the fact. And
Right.
when in fact, part of your responsibility as a citizen is to know the
Yes,
rules.
sir.
That in the same way that those of us that drive should know, what the rules of the road are wherever we are. And so I understand the building sets back and, the other issues that you're presenting. But it gets tiresome when you have people that either, because they don't know, or because they feel like that they can probably, get a variance request after the structure is already up.
And just for the record, I was not aware, and if we had been aware, we purchased an upgraded metal for the bottom part of that building. We certainly would not have done that if we had known. And I agree, I wouldn't want someone else to come in and put something up and then say, oh, well, we'll ask forgiveness later. So I totally get where he's coming from. I know he mentioned several problems, and none of those problems are really consistent with what he said. We don't have a drain off on his property. He had looked at purchasing that same lot and had asked us at one point if we would open up a walkway from the apartments to the convenience store so they wouldn't have to cross over his car wash area, and we denied that. And so I don't know if that could have seeded from this or not. But there is no drainage problem from that. I totally get the forgiveness thing, and that was my ignorance that did not know that we were going to have that cited. We'd have probably looked at our whole situation differently just because of the expense of that. But I do have those plans if we need.
So what you're saying is if knowing this, you would not have leased the building to the tenant and developed it?
Well, if we would have re-looked at our budget, for sure, if we had known that it had to have some sort of siding other than that, and I wouldn't have purchased an upgraded metal on that, for sure. I would have just went with a galvanized metal. It was the ignorance on my part.
Do the contractors bear any responsibility when... Not to us, but to a property owner? I mean, in good faith, they hire a contractor, they pull the permit. I mean, who has the responsibility for knowing what's applicable?
Decide the issue. That's a question of law, isn't it?
We've got attorneys on the board. So.
Okay.
We also have a city attorney.
And is it, was it Taylor
the
and
property
Sons?
owner is ultimately responsible under our ordinances to make sure that they follow the ordinance. That she may have some recourse against her contractor, also.
I guess the next question, before us is, do you want to move her to the end of the agenda and allow her to run and get the plans? Do you want to request a continuance to
I think it's up
October
to
2nd?
her. We can. I believe. This question for the municipal council, I believe we can recess for 10 minutes at the end of the agenda, allow her to bring the plans back in and take a look at them. I remember I did that when I was chair, so maybe that's what we do, and just move her to the end of the...
Yeah, I'm at your mercy.
If you choose to do that, if you choose to do that, that's okay, we'll look at them. If not, if you choose to continue her, then we will pull the building permits from downstairs and see what exactly went on.
I think that'd be better. Let's just continue her to the next...
Can we continue to October the 2nd? That way the board members can see the building permit and other documentation to help them in making their decision.
Okay, now we are really trying to get everything done so we can open and do a first service the first Sunday in October. Can I apply for an early occupancy until this is heard, or where does that put us with that?
I would check with the plan review staff and see if you can get a temporary occupancy to go ahead, and then if we continue to the 2nd.
Okay.
I'd make a motion to continue the case to the 2nd.
Have a motion and a second. Register your vote. You're continued to October the 2nd.
All right, thank you.
Item number 4, case number 13939, request of the City of Oklahoma City for a variance to the building setback requirements of the Downtown Business District located at 701 Couch Drive.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I'm Betsy Brenstetter with ADG, the architect on the project.
Speak to your application.
The site is in the Civic Center area. I have renderings if you guys are interested in what the exterior looks like. But because of the location in the Civic Center area, and because it is a municipal building with the possibility of large numbers of people coming to the plaza area, we didn't want them to have to be in the street. So we designed this building so the entry actually touches the property line, and the wings step out to allow more people entering the building. Also, this is in keeping with the Civic Center area, where buildings like this building, like the Civic Center Auditorium, and the old jail all step back from the street a little bit and have a bit of a plaza in front or yards. So we did it for two purposes.
This was approved, we found out, let's update Section 4 of the report. Kathy did tell us that this was approved at the Downtown Design Review Committee this morning.
Any comment from board members? Is there anyone else in the public that requests to speak on this case?
I know, having been at the municipal courthouse first thing in the morning, and her rationale does make sense, with a lot of movement of people at 8:30 and 1:30. I would entertain a motion to approve the request.
Have a motion and a second. Register your vote. You are approved.
Thank you very much.
If there's no other business before us, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Register your vote. We are adjourned.
16 minutes.